Hey guys, it's Sam again, SJ16 Scat Pack. I recently made a purchase of some stuff for my lights. So I'm going to be doing some custom stuff to my lights on my Scat Pack. And I made purchases from Diode Dynamics and Starry Night Halos. If you guys are familiar with lights and stuff, you're probably very familiar with those two companies. They're both pretty relevant companies. Diode Dynamics probably more so for us. Nonetheless, as I was kind of testing stuff, I'm actually going to send my stuff out to have it done. So before I sent it out, I wanted to make sure that everything was working for it. So what I did was just tested it out. And I had to actually ask some questions to the guy that I'm sending my stuff to on how to test the stuff, and that kind of made me think maybe if someone else is going through the same stuff, that you guys might be interested in seeing how it works to test this stuff. So I'm just going to make a video. I'll show you, what you need to test it and how to test it. And I'm going to be today. I have from Diode Dynamics. I have my Demon Eyes, and I have my DRLs, the RGBW for both of them. So I'm just going to give you a look at what you need and how to do it. So here are the things that you're going to need to do this, perform this little test, and you should already have this stuff. I mean, obviously this is what you're testing. So you're going to need at least 12 volt battery. So this is just a battery from a drill. It's 18, but it'll work fine. It'll still provide enough power. And then I got these two phone-like wires. They're white and red just to differentiate, because I'm going to hook one to negative in the drill here, and then I'm going to hook the other to the positive in the drill, and that's going to be how we're going to power our lights to test them. I have two boxes right now from Diode Dynamics. This larger one right here are my DRLs, my daytime running lights, and those are going to be the RGBW ones. As you know, I'm sure you guys have seen, people like RP Productions. Shout out to him, cool dude. Seen people like him with these, and then these are the Demon Eyes. So these are, it's more or less the same thing. They have the same kind of parts. When you get your stuff, it's going to show up. It's bubble wrapped. It's not going to be taped. I just put some tape on it because I've already opened it. This is like a static protecting bag, so it'll protect your lights from any kind of static that could possibly hurt them. You got a couple extensions here. Then you've got your drivers on here, and these right here are what you're gonna need to connect your positive to power the lights. So that's as you can see, the colors right there. So you got your green, white, red, and blue, and then you got your black. That's your negative, your ground. There are 4 of these that come with the kit. At least this is for the DRLs, 4 of those. And you also have this stuff, which is set up for a remote. And I'm not going to show that. I'm not going to power up my remotes. But yeah, you also get a little manual that kind of explains stuff. Same thing here. This is for the Demon Eyes, and so for these, you'll get that same static bag. And once again, I taped it up because I've already tested them out on my own. But I put them back in here, and when I ship them to my guy that I'm having do this along with my lights, they'll be safe in that bag. Those are also wrapped up in this bubble wrap here just to protect it. And then you got the same thing essentially. You got the drivers in here that you're gonna plug in, and these are together right now. But as you can see, you got kind of a mess right there right now because they're together. But there's the black for the negative, the ground, and then you got your red, green, blue, and white. And you got another extension here. You also got brackets in here because that's what's gonna hold the light up to your bulb in your car. And then once again, this is for your remote. and also a little how-to kind of thing. Okay, so you're gonna start by just taking your phone-like wires that I call them, and I just got these at Home Depot. The lady there is actually really cool, and she just gave them to me. But you're just gonna take your phone-like wires, and I found that the best thing to do was to kind of make this little loop in them to wrap it around the little terminals here on the battery. So that's kind of where I started. So you're gonna I chose white for negative, and so you're just gonna kind of wrap that in there like that, and it's kind of hanging off, but that's okay. And then you're gonna I use red for my positive, and just gonna do the same thing with the red that I did with the white. Put that in there. You got those hanging off there. So then you're gonna take your little drivers here, and you'll have instructions for this that come with, at least Diode Dynamics does, that come with it. And you're going to take, and I mean, you don't necessarily need to use this to test, but I'm just using this as an example because I wanted to make sure everything worked when I tested it. So that's what I'm doing with this. So you're going to take the driver and plug let's see, I need the other side. Plug the ends that are compatible with each other in, and you'll hear a little snap where it goes in. And then you're going to need this is the demon eye. So that's what the little demon eye looks like. You can see the little LEDs on there. You can see WG, RB. So we're just going to plug that in. You'll hear another little snap. There you go. And then just put it in a place you can see it, so that way you can tell. I'm just going to lay it right there. I'm going to pull up my wires. And your wires will come from Diode Dynamics anyway. They came. And they left these on there just to keep them covered up, so you might just have to pull those off, no big deal. So you got your red, your white, your blue, your green, and your black. Your black is going to be your ground. So that's your negative. You're going to connect it to here. So then you're going to just take your negative that's connected to the battery. You're going to hold it up against the black. And you're going to take your positive and you're just going to touch it, and there it is. So that's green, obviously. There's blue. Oh, I touched blue and red, so it made a little purple there. Let me separate that. There's your red, and you got your white. And yeah, it's kind of fun. You can kind of mess around with it a little bit, and so that's like blue, green, make different colors. White, red, you get a little pink. Blue, red, you get a little, blue, red, you get a little, come on, purple. But yeah, so you can kind of play with that a little bit. But yeah, so just by going through that sequence of colors, I know that everything is working as it should. So I don't need to, send anything back, and everything should be good to go into the car. So we've got our, this is for our DRLs. We've got our little chips here. We got 2 of them. These are all going to go in one light, the 3 of them. I think, and I'm not positive on this, but I'm pretty sure they go in different parts of the light. Like I said, I'm not doing this myself. We're just testing them today, but these I'm sure are supposed to go into one light. So we're going to start with this first one, and we still have our at least 12-volt battery here. We got our negative that's connected here on the white. We got our positive connected on the red. So I'm going to go ahead and use this extension again. Once again, you don't need to use the extension. It's just if you're testing, probably want to test and make sure, as I'm plugging into the wrong side, make sure everything works. Still plugging into the wrong side. There's the snap again. And then we're going to plug this into the other side of our driver here. So snap, we know it's in there. Now we're going to take our black, which is our ground, and we're going to squeeze our negative to that. And don't worry about that. I promise you, you're not going to get electrocuted. It's not going to hurt you. It's just holding it together. So we got that. We're going to take our red, put our light in a visible area. Take our red. And our red is, in this case, positive. So there's our green light. There's our red light. There's our blue light. And we got our white light. And, you know, we can play again, play around with them again, touch them together, get different colors. Purple. And, yeah. So, that's that. When you want to test, well, we'll go ahead and do the other one. So that's just the single one. Go ahead and disconnect that one. Set it aside, and then we're gonna plug these two, so you can see the difference between these. This is one unit that has 2 sets of lights on it, and then this is 2 separate units that has 1 set of light on each one. So that's the difference between those. And then we're just gonna plug this in. We've already got our driver connected with our extension, so we're just gonna go ahead and plug this back in. There's our snap. Once again, we're gonna connect our negative to our ground, the black. We're gonna connect our red, or take our red positive, touch it with our green. Oops, let's make that face it up. So we'll go green, red, blue, and white. Alright guys, so that was a little quick video on how to test out any of your RGBW lights. That was just using diode dynamics, but it's basically the same process for other stuff. Just make sure that whatever battery you are using is powerful enough to power whatever you're trying to power. Otherwise, obviously, it's not going to work. Thank you to my new wonderful fiance for filming that for me, at least the parts where I was using 2 hands. And I hope you guys enjoyed my shirt and my messy garage. So thank you very much. And if you guys liked the video, go ahead and like, subscribe, share, do whatever you do. Check me out on Instagram at SJ16ScatPack. And thanks a lot for watching.